Hey there, welcome to Violet's DIY Style. I'm Violet. If this is your first time to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Also, click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new tutorial. So today I'm going to share with you how I made these two sweet treat Valentine's gift ideas at different costs, but both of them under $20. So let's go ahead and get started with our first tutorial. The first one we're going to be making is the largest gift bouquet. So what you're going to do is grab some wrapping paper from Dollar Tree or just tissue paper if you don't have wrapping paper. And what I did was I just kind of cut them, I want to say about 12 squares, and then I cut that in half. So you'll see me cut the wrapping paper since one side is only white and the other side is whatever color the wrapping paper is. I wanted to make sure that it kind of matched on both ends. So you're going to see me adjust that and work with it as we go. So what I did was just kind of count how many squares there was and then just cut that in half. Then I grabbed this foil tissue, this foil wrapping paper. Now, if I would have known that this foil wrapping paper had a different color on the other side, I think I would have just picked all foil wrapping paper instead of the normal wrapping paper. So that's something to keep in mind, just because it's easier to work with. But both of them did work just fine once I kind of figured out and got everything adjusted. So basically, you can use as many tissue paper colors or wrapping paper that you want, just depending on how large the bouquet that you're making is. So once I was done, what I did was just start setting all that aside so I could start working on everything else. And what I did was I grabbed some of these cookies from Dollar Tree. I believe they had some for Christmas, but I found these for Valentine's. I thought it was so adorable. And then I just grabbed a stick, a skewer stick, and just poked it through with the wrapping still on the cookie as well. Just being careful for it not to go through the top part or where the decoration of the cookie is. Then I just placed a little bit of tape just to make sure that that stick didn't go anywhere, but it was in there nice and secure. And I did this with all the cookies. Now, again, depending on how big you want your bouquet to be is how many cookies you're going to use. I've seen similar bouquets like this go for, even up to 100 or more, just depending on how big the bouquet is. So I was super excited that they had the cookies and all these really good sweet treats for Valentine's at Dollar Tree this year. So what I did was I grabbed a bag of these Hershey Kisses and they were really pretty pink color. And I just put them on each one of the sticks as well, kind of to use that as a filler throughout my bouquet. Then I found some of these chocolate covered pretzels as well. And I did want to open them up and individually just put one stick through each one, but I didn't have the pretzel covers that they have at Dollar Tree. So I just decided to go ahead and leave them as is in the package. But if you do have those or you have any kind of pretzel cover case that you can use these, I would recommend you cut them open and individually wrap each one of the pretzels, and you'll get more bang for your buck, and of course your bouquet will look a lot fuller as well. But this worked too. So just go ahead and put one of the sticks with tape on the back of each one of the pretzels. So once I was done with all the sweet treats, I just went ahead and grabbed some of this um I guess it's twang, that's kind of like a rope style for Valentine's, that it's in a really pretty pink color, and just started making some palms with it by wrapping it around just a square size that I wanted the palm to be. And you can wrap them around as many times as you want, again, just depending on how big the pom pom that you want to make. I wrapped them around about 12 times. Then with the same rope, I just kind of cut a piece off and tied it right in the middle. Now you can leave it just as is and make it like a really adorable bow. But you'll see that I cut mine into pom-poms. So just go ahead and make a few of these, just depending on how many you want to add to your bouquet. I did make quite a few, but of course I didn't use all of them, but I just decided to go ahead and make them because I knew I was going to use them for other projects as well. And then just go ahead and cut them to make them into pom-poms, or you can leave them as bows. Once I was done, I just grabbed a stick again and just kind of ran it through the knot. And then I just added a little bit of glue just to make sure that it wouldn't slide around or fall off of the stick as well. Then I found some of these really pretty glitter hearts too. So I just used those as well. Then I just grabbed a cardboard box and kind of just cut a triangle just to use it as a backing because I know these cookies were going to be heavy and I wanted to make sure that they were all nice and secure and wouldn't move around. And I just glued a little bit, a little dot of hot glue in the back of each one of the sticks and the cookie. Kind of placed them where I wanted to, making sure that the stick did cross at the ends so that way I could wrap it up and make it into a bouquet. Just cut off any of that extra cardboard. Now, after I did this, I would have really liked it better if I would have made a heart shape out of the cardboard and then did it that way. So I would recommend you do it into a heart shape just so it can have more of that Valentine's theme. But of course, you don't see it. It was just kind of my preference that I would have rather have done it into a heart. But you do learn as you go. So again, just grab your pretzels now and just go ahead and start stacking them and piling them on top of each other. And if you want, you could add a little bit of hot glue or a little piece of tape at the bottom of each one of these pretzels just to make sure it stays secure. Because this is going to be a heavier bouquet, I do recommend you put that cardboard in the back. So just continue piling and adding on to your bouquet, just kind of figuring out where you want to place each one of your sweet treats. And then I just added some of these little Hershey Kisses again, just as a filler. And I just kind of placed them wherever I wanted, little by little, just to see where I thought they looked cute. And then I decided to put double on each one. So just go ahead and play with the Hershey Kisses because those are more of the filler, so you can add more or take away as you go. Once I was done adding all of that, I went ahead and just grabbed some of this balloon rope and then just go ahead and tie that around all of the sticks at the bottom. So once you tie and wrap it around nice and tight a few times, go ahead and double knot it. Then start sticking in your pom-poms or any kind of decor that you want to add on. You can even add roses here if you like. But I wanted to keep this nice and simple and do something without flowers, just for those young ladies or women that you know that don't like flowers, because not all of us do like flowers. Then I decided to go ahead and add some of these glitter hearts. Then I set that aside and went ahead and started working on the wrapping paper. So I just kind of folded it just so it could have the decoration part towards the bouquet. Then I just pinched it all together and then added it to the back of my bouquet and just kind of held it there until I decided the way I wanted it. And then once I figured that out, I grabbed a little piece of tape and wrapped it around the sticks as well, making sure that it's nice and secure holding the paper. Then I just kept doing that. I also grabbed some of the foil wrapping paper and just pinched it in half. And I did this making sure that it was a smaller piece so I can add it to the front of my bouquet as well to cover up that top part or the bottom part of my bouquet. The foil paper again was a lot easier to work with. It's more of that thinner like tissue paper, so it really did was easier and more manageable to work with than the wrapping paper itself, but it still came out really cute. So what I decided to do was grab both of the pink wrapping paper and put both together, one side up and the other side down, to make it look like it was just one paper. And then I just covered all of the backing of the other wrapping paper so you wouldn't see that white in the back as well. Then I grabbed some more of the tissue foil paper and wrapped all of it around that as well. And to make it easier, instead of wrapping tape at the bottom part, what I did was grab some rubber bands, or you can even grab a zip tie and tie it all together at the back or the bottom of your bouquet. Then I just cut any of that foil paper on the bottom that I didn't want just to make sure that it was all nice and even and it was almost the same size as the sticks that I had in the bottom. Then I grabbed some of this ribbon and went ahead and tied it together to make a nice bow at the bottom. Fluff everything up. And here you can add a personal note, a love card, or anything like that that you would want, and just attach it to the bottom or even insert it throughout the bouquet as well. Decided to add a little bit of the curled ribbons at the bottom as well. And there you have it. So our second one is a lot easier. All you're going to do is grab any kind of I have some scrapbook paper. You can even use, again, some wrapping paper if you have that as well. And I had these clear boxes from Dollar Tree as well. So what I did was just open one up and then just use the box that was in the box, the clear plastic box, as a template. And I went ahead and cut the paper to that size. Depending on how many boxes you're going to use is how many of these strips you're going to cut. So once you're done cutting all of them, again, just use that template and then just fold that paper to the same size as your template. And since I'm using 3 boxes, I just cut 3 different colors of the paper. And I just kept with the theme of the pink colors. Then I just opened up the box and I put in that little paper that I made that is only the four corners or the 4 sides of your box, and leaving the top part and the bottom part of your box clear. Then I kind of slid it together because this does open up all the way, and then put it together. And before I closed it completely, I added all my sweet treats. So in one, I added some of those Hershey Kisses. Then I did the same thing with the second box, just picking a color and adding it into that box. And then on this one, I added marshmallows. And of course, if you're going to give this to a gift, I would recommend you use some gloves, but this is just for me, so I went ahead and didn't use gloves. For the third one, I went ahead and just added again a different color pink. Then I added some chocolates. And this would be really cute if you wanted to add some chocolates, some graham cracker cookies, and marshmallows and make it as a s'mores Valentine's gift as well. So just go ahead and do all 3 or as many as you want. Then what I decided to do was stack them on top of each other. So I just used some double stick tape and put just a little piece in each one of them and kind of stacked them that way just to make sure that they stayed in place. Then I grabbed some of this ribbon and I went ahead and tied everything together. Just double knot it, and then I just made a really cute, simple bow right on top. And I had one of the pom-poms still there left from the other project, so I just decided to go ahead and hot glue that to the top of my bow. Just trim everything up, make sure it's all nice and even. Then what I decided to do was just get one of the cards that were left from the 4 squares that I made and just kind of make it look like a tag. I couldn't find my hole puncher, so I just used some scissors and made an opening right at the top. I grabbed one of these strings or ribbons and then kind of threaded it through to tie it into my bow. That way you can use it as a tag to place the to and from whoever you're going to give it to, or just write a really cute note. So there you have it, 2 adorable Valentine's gift ideas. You can even make these for baby showers. I think would be a perfect party favor for that as well, or a bridal shower. Let me know in the comments below how you're going to make these, if you're going to make them just for Valentine's or kind of keep this idea in the back of your mind to do it for all different kinds of different themes as well. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. And if you are here for the very first time, welcome. And again, I hope you do subscribe and join us for our next tutorial. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.